Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. That honors be to our apostles, elders, great millstone who rule and teach well. Shalom to you brothers and sisters out there who faithfully believe on the Lord. All right, this lesson, I really don't know where I'm going to start. I'm just going to roll with the Spirit. But I wanted to do a lesson now for a decent amount of time on this quote that I had heard from somebody. All right, and the quote is, "Do what others won't so you can have what others can't." All right, now, of course, the person that had said that quote is talking about a job or, things of this world, But we need to look at that in a spiritual aspect. We need to be doing what others won't. Meaning you need to be doing things that people of the world don't want to do. They're not willing to do those things. You need to do those type of things in order to receive things that they can't in these coming times. Okay? And of course, you know what that is, that they're not going to receive, that we will, if we continue, is being protected from these different calamities and ultimately getting delivered. Okay, receiving salvation on the first go around. Because we know, pursuing to, I believe, Romans 11, all Israel is going to be saved. Yes. But you don't want to be saved just simply off of bloodline. You don't want to get into the kingdom just because bloodline alone. Yeah, of course it's a blessing to be an Israelite, but you want to get to the kingdom, with glory. What you want to be able to glory in that, you were beamed up, or you were a martyr because you stood firm in the truth. You were, doing the work, you're doing what you need to do, and the Lord rewarded you. So rather than you just being an Israelite, you're an Israelite that was actually fulfilling his purpose. Okay, because let me go ahead and get this. It's a very, commonly known scripture. But that doesn't make it any less impactful, right? It's Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. It says, "Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter." So you read through the Bible, you understand the different breakdowns, going to different words, different history, different geography, different things like that. But this is the conclusion of the whole matter. This is the summary, the summarization of the whole, the whole point of this. Okay, it says, "Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments. For this is the whole duty of man." Okay, this is the whole duty of man. So that's literally our job. That's what we've been set up to do, is to fear the Most High and keep his commandments. But yet, a lot of our people, most of our people, are not going to do that. Okay, so once again, do what others won't so you can have what others can't. People don't want to sacrifice things for the Lord. All right, people don't want to be uncomfortable. People don't want to have to go out and teach. People don't want to, fast. Okay, people don't want to, disconnect from the pleasures of this world. All right, from this world, they want to remain saturated in this world. They don't want their reputation amongst their family and friends to be ruined because of this truth. So once again, do what others won't so you can have what others can't. Okay, I'm going to get this. 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 7. It says, "And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed, shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning." So that's the category that we're hoping to fall under, man. Because we know we're not gonna, you don't get saved by works, but we know that faith without works is dead. I'm pursuing James the 2nd chapter, as well as James 1 and 22, which tells us to be doers of the word and not hearers only. So there's a lot more to this truth than just, listening. to videos. There's a lot more to this truth than even just going out to camp. There's a lot of different components that make up this ministry. Okay. There's a lot of different things that you need to do, especially depending on your position within the camp that you're a part of. If you're a part of a camp, because even if you're by yourself, there's certain things and responsibilities that you'll have that you may not if you were in the camp. Because you need to put all that on yourself. All right, if you're by yourself. But then you don't need to, it's just whatever comes with the job that you were given. All right, the lot that you were appointed, you need to be executing that to the best of your ability. Okay? Because remember, many are called, but few are chosen, man. Many people are called to this truth. Okay? Being called is one thing. Answering that call is another. Enduring till the end of that call is a completely different planet. Okay? So we need to make sure that we're maintaining what we have. Right? We need to make sure we're feeding the fire. We need to make sure that we are constantly trying to better ourselves as Israelites, especially Israelite men, and try to grow a stronger connection, a stronger relationship with Yahweh B'Shem Shai. The people of the world are not doing the things that we're doing, okay? Because once again, they don't want to become uncomfortable. They don't want to have to deal with the trials and tribulations that comes with this truth. They don't want to give up all their so-called dainties, if you will. You see? And that's fine and dandy, as they say, that they don't want to do those things. But guess what? The time is going to come when that decision that you made to cling on to this world, that's going to be your destruction, your demise. All right, whereas vice versa, yeah, we chose, through the spirit of Yahweh by Shemel Shai, we chose to come out of the world, which of course we know the Lord brought us out of the world, but I'm saying in the sense of we chose to take that step, and grab the Most High's hand and be pulled out of this world, and now we're doing whatever we can to stay out of the world, you see, and the end of that path is going to lead to life. Okay? Jake is trying to, Jake in the world, they over here trying to, have life in death, so to speak. They're trying to live in death. This place, this society, this, current life that we live, this is death, man. This is not actual living. But we gotta do what others won't. So we can have what others can't. All right, I'm gonna actually get that James 1:22 as well, because that's what that's what it really goes into. What other people aren't gonna do is apply the scriptures. Okay, apply fear of the Lord, apply faith, apply humility. People of the world hate humility. They're just puffed up, proud. They think everything revolves around them. They have they're following after Esau. All right, they're following after the devil. You see, really goes into that God complex. Trying to put themselves up on some pedestal, like they're just some almighty being, or some appointed Messiah or something. And even if they don't say that, their actions show that. All right, but this is James 1:22. It says, "But be ye doers of the word, and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves." So the things that we need to be doing that others aren't doing, so we can receive what they're not going to receive, is applying the scriptures. All right, is having faith in the Most High, is being willing to sacrifice for the brotherhood, being willing to, sacrifice things for the Lord. Actually, scratch that. Being willing to sacrifice everything for the Lord. Even down to your very life. Okay. Being willing to, be uncomfortable for the Lord. Basically serving the Lord. That's the bottom line. Okay, that's what we're doing that others aren't. And that's what's going to allow us to receive deliverance, which is something they're not going to be able to because they didn't want to take heed. Okay? In fact, let's go ahead and go back to that second Ezra real quick and get that other one. right above it, or Salakia below it. 2nd Ezra 9 and 9 to 12. It says, Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me, and they that have loathed my law while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. The same must know it after death by pain. You see? It's lucky, a weak ass flesh. Anyways, so the people that didn't want to do certain things for the Lord, people that didn't want to do anything for the Lord that would compromise their current situation, they're going to be in a pitiful case because they didn't want to adhere, if that's the right word, adhere. Let me look it up just to make sure I don't want to just spew out madness. They don't want to adhere, to this truth. So because you got to remember, man, James 7, or not James 7, wow. Matthew 7, Salakia, there is no James 7. Matthew chapter 7, verse 13 to 14, it says, Enter ye in at the straight gate, which is this truth. For wide is the gate, which do you see how the word straight is spelled? Because that goes into, a narrow path, because it tells you in 2nd Ezra, I believe, tells you that only one can enter in at a time. That's how narrow this path is, but, that's how few people are going to actually walk that path and stay on it until the end without turning back or falling off the side. But straight right there is spelled Strait, which goes into difficulty. Okay, but it says, For wide is a gate, and broad is a way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. So what does the wide gate represent? You could say Christianity, you could say Islam, you could say Judaism, you could say atheism, you could say this, you could say that. To give you a synopsis of what it is, the broad gate is everything else but this truth, man. It doesn't matter what it is. Okay, it doesn't matter, how popular it is. It doesn't matter how right it may sound. It doesn't matter how many so-called scientific evidence it has to back it up. If it's not this truth, you are walking the path to destruction. All right, it says verse 14, Because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. All right, many were called to that straight gate, but few actually endured it, actually continued it. All right, once again, do what others won't so you can have what others can't. All right, so Lord, we let this was edifying. I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Shemel Shai, Bashem, Rachad, Kodash. Dub honors be to the apostles, elders, great millstone who rule and teach well. Shalom. Shalom, Yasha Allah.